Over the last year, as I've been teaching, I've been really getting into feet mobility and just working with our feet in a more dynamic way. So this practice is for you if you've ever had any cramps in your feet, any pain or issues with your feet. This will be a great way to open things up. If you'll use a tool, it might be a cushion, but other than that, you really don't need anything for this practice. We'll get started in a seat on the floor. I would recommend sitting on a blanket or cushion. Extend your left leg out, cross your right ankle over top your left thigh. I would recommend not having socks on for this bit. So you're gonna take your hand and weave your fingers in between all of your toes. And so it might feel weird, it might feel a little bit pinchy and all sorts of sensations, and I just want you to try. If your fingers super don't fit in between your toes, then this is something that you should work on. It should be fairly simple to make that happen. Hold on to the ball of your foot and hold on to your ankle and stir your ankle around while you spread your toes apart. You can buy something on Amazon like a toe spreader, especially if you're someone, go the other direction, who has like bunions and your foot has kind of become shaped by your shoes. I would recommend getting your foot to be more foot-shaped rather than shoe-shaped. So pause there, really dig your fingers in for a moment and just keep your toes spread. Nice. All right, so we'll unweave the fingers and then catch onto your first and second toe, and you're gonna do a little split. So one will go to the top of the foot, one will go to the bottom of the foot, and then you'll split them the other way. Little toe stretches, and then go to the second and third toe, and you're just gonna go down the foot and do the same thing. And go to the third and the fourth, and then the fourth and the fifth. Good. Now the fun part, you get to just work your fingers into your foot and give yourself a massage. You can take a technique of massaging the heel of the hand into the arch of the foot and just sliding across the foot using the thumbs. Think that you're ripping apart the ball of your foot from the pinky side edge. You really couldn't be wrong, but just trying to move your skin in different directions and maybe use your knuckles, move things around. Even the top of the foot, the ankle, the heel, give it all some attention. And then we'll catch the top of your foot, hold on to your shin or your ankle, and pull the toes towards your hip so that you open up the top of the ankle, front of the ankle. We'll take it the other direction. You can hold on to the heel if you'd like, pull the toes away, and pull it towards your shin. Good. Let that go. Send your foot away from you, and I just want you to notice the different colors of your feet, maybe temperature. Notice the different amount of blood flow. Just focus on your right foot, flex and point it. And give it a circle. And go both directions. We're going to take the other ankle now, cross the left ankle over top of your right thigh, weave your your right hand into your toes. You're using the opposite hand. Spread your toes apart. I remember the first time I did this in a class, I was like, oh, this is so weird and foreign, and it felt funky. Even for someone like me, I've been wearing barefoot shoes for 5 or 6 years now. So just spreading your toes apart can be quite an ordeal. And this will be really good for your feet. It's incredible for foot health, for you to be able to have mobility, just like it's great for your whole body to have mobility in all of the different places of it, especially your feet. It's the point of contact with the floor, and then anything that's damaged in your feet or painful in your feet will just make its way up the chain and into other parts of your body. Good. We've been there a decent amount of time, so let's start with those toe splits now. Take your hand out, first and second, second and third, 3 and 4, and then the last 2. Give your foot a massage in any way that feels right. You can wash your hands after if your feet are really dirty or it feels gross. But I mean, it's your feet. It shouldn't really be that gross, right? Get into all the parts of it. Squeeze, punch, roll your knuckles around. Pull the skin apart, drag your toes apart. You can even give your toes some yanks. Good. We didn't do those ankle circles while you had your toes, so you can just hold onto the ball of the foot and give your foot some circles. Both directions will be ideal. Good. And we'll take a toe stretch here, or foot stretch. Catch the top of your foot, point the toes towards your hip. So think pointed foot. And then we'll do the other way, flexed foot. Very nice. Send that leg long. Move your ankle around, just the left one. You can take some circles through it too. Good. Last piece of foot business. If you've got something underneath you, remove it. Sweep your legs underneath you and tuck your toes under. And then try to get your pinky toe tucked in. I don't really like the term for this. It's called toe breaker. It's like kind of the opposite. It's like, do this so your toes don't break. Because the more that they bend, the less that they'll break, right? So trying to sit over top your heels with your chest lifted. And I've seen plenty of people who are like here because their feet really haven't moved in this direction in a long time, and that's okay, right? So if you're here for now, that's fine. I just want you to sit back and try to lift your chest up, and you're gonna try and tolerate it for a few breaths. Ideally, we want our feet to be able to move. If our feet can move in dynamic ways, that bodes really well for our longevity and also our comfort in our own body. Great. So from here, you'll untuck the toes, press the tops of the feet into the ground, and sit back on top of them. I'm going to scooch a little bit forward. And we'll swing the hands back behind, lift the chest, squeeze the knees together, and try and float the knees up. And depending on how this feels for you, you can rock more weight into your hands, really lift your knees. You might find some circles with the knees. They can be small, both directions. And we'll play with this one leg at a time. So you'll catch on to your right kneecap. You can have your left hand off to the side and lift the knee as much as is available. I would say try to keep the big toe down. You might be able to hold onto your shin, or you just kind of have your knee lifted. Same idea, other side. Beautiful stuff. You can let that go. That's just some intro into opening up your feet and maybe finding a little bit more mobility in the ankles, which hopefully will turn into some really functional movements in the future, getting into some depth in squats and being able to do pistol squats. But having mobile feet and ankles lends itself to a lot more options in your movement practice. So I hope you have fun with this, and I'll catch you soon.